Dolphins. Today we've got and the New Orleans Saints. One-yard line. 10-10. Led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
To be considered for the consistency, and he's had it all the way through.
I think you're right. He's been as consistent, more consistent, probably. Ramp up. I know you and I have felt that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Right now, he's in the pole position as we head down the stretch.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. To me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Ball carried by number 28.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The play fake. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive.
Intercepted.
They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And one of the things that I think that Derek Carr has really improved in doing since college, his ability to stay in the pocket, things swirling around him, find the right guy, and deliver the ball with accuracy. Derek Carr has great touch when he throws the football.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And another tackle broken. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues.
Keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. He's had it again, Charles. He He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Now they try the right side here. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
On the carry.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
At the Saints, 42.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. And I think he got a yard to the 41. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Out of the gun now on third down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Number 28.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's 2nd and 8. Well, he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now up quickly as he's only able to get a yard there.
He was brought down at the 20.
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 18 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench to tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
6-yard line. A gain of 5. 1st down, Panthers.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a 1st down.
1st down, Carolina.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
The end of the 1st quarter with the score Panthers 7, Saints nothing.
On play action, they'll throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now a handoff looking right. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
That was a really nice play. He was able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. He's gone for a Panther touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
You got it figured down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Now for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. A 10-play drive that time. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Up comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because
he's got a man complete. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They're going to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And what can they do to better account for him? Because they haven't accounted for him well so far as we see here on your screen.
They may have to draw. And when you watch this game unfold, you keep thinking to yourself, is it 2 men, 3 men? Maybe the 4th guy may have to go and account for him. But right now, he's shredding the defense.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he stopped immediately there. And a tackle there by Quan Alexander. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force. 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. Wide open receiver complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Number 35.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard that time. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try to loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. On second down, Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there, first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for only a couple. A little tough on the secondary there, in zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
Comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for Brandon.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
32-yard line.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
The ball carrier.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Side here, and that's complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Carolina.
They'll set up to throw. Rolling to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Complete. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll drop the throw. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
From the 31, Carr. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The final shot here before half for Carr. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
Saints 7.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Sack.
Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation.
23-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 12.
Shotgun now for Carr. He's letting it fly for Cooks. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
At the 33-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
Number 35.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First down, Panthers.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. Complete right side to Coles. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the ground, this is Kamara. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Kamara, the ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Again, it's Kamara. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Again, the ball carrier.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the gun now on 3rd down. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
26.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down at the 2. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
From midfield, here's Carr. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter. 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, Carr. Taken down at the 36. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And inside the 20 before it's brought down.
That's good for a Saints. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. To throw his Carr. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At the 13.
Now Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6.
It's been a tough day, but they finally were able to get one into the end zone, and maybe the offense will feel a little bit better about itself going into next week.
And if you're a coach taking that into next week, I know you're upset, but it is a little bit more respectable, somewhat of a moral victory, right?
Yeah, they probably won't say a lot of that to the team, but it is true. It's something for them to build on, and then they can call their mom and tell her, hey, Mom, for your fantasy points, we got you a few down the stretch.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys Right around 20 or under that, if they were going to have a chance, it was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
40 on the carry.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And a Panther first down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd. The Panthers on 3rd down. They haven't been stopped yet. A perfect 7 for 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
48-yard line. A gain of 7. First down, Carolina.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a first down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you dispute it a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they need.
Difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been flat getting it done, 8 for 9 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. weren't able to do so on that play.
They're going to look to throw. A fake for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28.
Intercepted.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Operating from the gun, Carr. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 35.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Carr to throw again. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Kamara. Man, not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Alvin Kamara, the ball.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
This will be caught inside the 10. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
8-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Carr. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Number 87.
That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
From the gun, Carr. And will be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Number 40 on
that good for 22 and a first down.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that at this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open, a sigh of relief. Now we'll see if things can open up for him.
See if it can continue.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle home.
So for Carolina, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington.
Meanwhile, for New Orleans, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.